Christmases back when I was a kid, with my mom and dad again. A swell of happiness rose through me. I grabbed a handful of fake snow and threw it up in the air, totally okay with the mess I was about to make. I was just living in the moment. Something I hadn't done in a while, and nothing really felt better. Except just as the fake and probably COPD-inducing snow was falling, someone decided they needed our investigative help and opened the door, walking right into the impromptu snowfall. My eyes went wide, and I covered my mouth. I heard Mark go, "Oh," behind me, but didn't offer much else after that. Welp, I guess I had to take the sleigh reins on this one. "Jesus, I'm so sorry. Here, let me get that off you." I reached and rubbed some of the dusty snow off the man's sleek leather jacket. I looked up and saw a face covered in snow, a set of piercing green eyes looking back at me, lips curling into a smile, and instantly diffusing the sense of dread I was being filled with. "That's okay," he said in a tone I felt down in my gut. It was weird. Not something that really happened, well, ever, but I felt it. And the longer I stood there, the more the feeling morphed into something else, something that tingled at the base of my spine and made my cheeks feel warm and my head feel lighter. "Does everyone get that kind of welcome?" the man with the snow on his face asked. "Only the special ones," Mark laughed. "Looking for help?" "Yeah, actually." "Come, the bathroom's on the way to my office. You can clean up and then we can talk about what you need." "Perfect," the man said, his emerald eyes turning toward me. I realized, too late, most likely, that I was still standing awkwardly close to him. I took a step back. He put a hand out, surprising me. "Declan Rose." "Andrew Barker." We shook, even though I had thought our interaction was pretty much over. "Thanks for the dose of holiday cheer," he said, smiling a genuine smile. "I'm not usually a fan, but I gotta say, a snow-filled entrance is pretty fancy." "You're welcome," I said. "Now go wash it off before your skin starts falling off." That got a laugh out of him. He turned and started walking with Mark down the hall. Before they disappeared, I called after them, "Hey, Mark, I'm going to shut down the front when I'm done decorating if that's okay. Since we don't have any more detectives, we're pretty much closed." "You got it," he said. I got back to work decorating with Mariah Carey hitting her notes and singing exactly what she wants for Christmas. My mind only occasionally drifting to Declan Rose and those emerald green eyes of his. Barry and I had an apartment on the outskirts of the West Village, close enough to the detective agency where I could walk to work, and also right on the border of the city's neighborhood. It was a nice place, and was beginning to finally feel like a home after we'd been living in there for half the year. Just last week, we had gone shopping for decorations to put up for the holidays. It was a fun little outing, which was something that had honestly been rare lately. Not that our relationship was on the rocks or anything, but it just didn't feel the same way it had when before we got married. Granted, I'd only known Barry for about a couple of weeks by the time we said our I-dos in Palm Springs, but still, I wasn't expecting the bonfire to simmer down to an oven fire so soon. It was a big part of the reason why I asked to leave early today. I wanted to get home and surprise him, shower him in kisses, and spend the rest of the afternoon tied up together in bed, like we had been those first few days we met. And then I'd take him out to a nice dinner, and we could come back home and watch a warm-hearted Christmas movie to cap off the night. It sounded like the perfect way to kick off the holidays, and I figured it could up the heat level on that oven fire of ours. Even though the walk was short, my ears and nose still felt like they had gotten first-degree frostbite on the way. I entered the lobby of our apartment building and instantly felt a blast of heat, defrosting my extremities almost a little too quickly. I didn't even bother checking the mail. I just wanted to get upstairs, so I went straight for the staircase, ignoring the elevators that crawled up and down the building like elderly caterpillars. I climbed the 4 flights of stairs, taking 2 at a time, and went out into the hallway. It was a dimly lit space that smelled strongly of bleach and Febreze. Our landlord was obsessed with cleaning and constantly wiped down the halls and door handles. It was a nice gesture, but the smell of clean sometimes got a little too overwhelming. Today was one of those days. I pinched my nose and walked down to the end of the hall. I reached our place and unlocked.